Hey everybody, welcome to Your Music Sucks. I'm Brian Beaudoin. That is my good buddy Craig Gass from Sex and the City and the Howard Stern Show. Hi Craig, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I have a question for you.
You look very dark. Yes, go ahead.
I do. I look dark, right?
No, you look very not dark, like Doctor Strange, because you got that goatee. You have a very
Oh
Doctor Strange goatee.
yeah. I saw a video that you put out on a couple different like Instagram and on Facebook, and you did a funny thing where you like cut into a song to show the video, but the the point of the video is that your golf cart flipped over. How'd you flip over a golf cart?
I didn't flip over a golf cart. I did look, I'm gonna apologize. I have been on a tear. I've been on a bender. I went on a 3-day trip with my buddies. We went golfing, and this is the recovery day. And yeah, we flipped one golf cart, which ain't too bad, I guess. I mean, for all the golfing and drinking that we did, to only flip one is okay. And it's not even like we were fucking around either. Like all the fucking around we did with golf carts. Like, you know how many times I've tried to flip a golf cart and it didn't flip? And then my buddies who were playing on a mountain, we were playing
Really?
mountain golf. Yeah. It was beautiful. You would have loved it. The views were spectacular. So like one hole would go like you'd hit up the mountain, then the next hole you'd hit down the mountain. So whenever
Wow.
you tee off, you'd have like this beautiful mountain view, overlooking Wake Winnipissack. I know it's not Winnipissack, but it sounds. Doesn't that
Sounds like
sound like the name of a lake? That's the name of a lake, Winnipissack. Um. So anyway, we're driving, and I went to go find my ball, which was way up in the fairway. My buddy AJ went to go find his ball, which is way up in the fairway. We were in a cart together, and then we're like, let's go help my buddy Chris and Jared find their ball. And so we loop around the mountain, and this cart's flipped over.
it just
And it just flipped over. I don't know. I didn't see it happen. We just turned over, and there was a cart on the side
wow.
where it should not be, laying down. And I instantly started laughing like I am now. And then my buddy AJ is a very reasonable man. He goes, "Holy shit, are they okay? Is everybody okay?" And then my buddy Jared popped like, all right. So imagine there's a cart on its side. You can't see the inside of the cart, right? Because of the bags and the covering. You can't see the inside. And then my buddy Jared pops up like a jack in the box, and he's just so now he's just standing there, but he's in shock.
He's in shock. He was in the cart when it went down.
He's in shock because he was just had a traumatic experience. So
Okay.
so he's just kind of like looking around. Like remember Saving Private Ryan when the dude lost his arm on the beach,
Yeah, the very beginning.
and he's just kind of looking around for his arm. That's what Jared looked like. Only he was in the golf cart.
Is he all
And
right?
then and I mean, physically he looked fine. Mentally, he looked like he'd been through some shit. And
Wow.
then and so then we pull up and get out to look to see if my buddy Chris, who was driving the car, was okay. And he was still in the driver's seat, sitting there, just laughing. So once I saw him laugh, I said, "All right, it's okay to laugh at this thing." Uh, but yeah, nobody was hurt, but we flipped the cart. And but yeah, apparently what happened was because they were turning and they were on this mountain, they just went top heavy. They might have hit a bump, went top heavy, and it just went over.
No shit.
Mm.
I since the last time I saw you, I had a weird run-in with a comedian. That
Yeah.
Yeah, a comedian who in the past, the first time I met him was Andrew Dice Clay. I ran into Andrew Dice Clay on the street.
Uh
I was
huh.
I was in between shows and I saw him and I was hesitant because the very first time I ever met Dice was at the Comedy Store. My first time performing at the Comedy Store, like 20 plus years ago, was the first time I went to the Comedy Store, and Dice went on before me, and I remember Pauly Shore had come down to watch me. He wanted to see what my set was like. And I said, "Oh man, Dice is going up, so I'm gonna go on after him." And Paulie goes, "All right." He goes, "I'm getting out of here." And I said, "No, I'm going on after Dice." And he goes, "You're not getting on." And I said, "Yeah, I'm going on right after Dice." I had no idea what I was talking about. Dice had a thing about staying on stage for hours back then. So he went up and did that kind of a set. And Paulie was right. Dice did not. He was on stage for a couple hours. The room was packed when he got on. When he walked off stage, there were 7 people left, including my 4 friends who came to support me.
Oh, that's nice. They stuck around.
Yeah. And I walked
2 hours of Dice.
I walked up to Dice after my set, which did not go well. And Dice is standing there with his arms folded. And I walked up and I went, I'm standing next to him. He's not looking at me, but he's looking at the stage. And I go, my name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't know if you got to watch my set at all. He didn't even budge. Didn't like I wasn't even talking to him. He didn't physically move at all. And I went, I said, my name's Craig Gass. I'm a stand-up comedian. I don't know if you got a chance to see my set at all. He still didn't physically move. And I went, and I just left.
Yeah.
It's like a couple years later, I'm on the Howard Stern show, and someone said, "Hey, Dice is outside. He wants to talk to you." And I was like, "To me?" And they were like, "Yeah, he wants to talk to you." And I was like, "What is he?" And we had a nice conversation. He goes, "Hey, I've been listening to you on Howard." He goes, "You know, you're funny, and you know, you got." And he's like giving me advice and stuff, and I was like, "What the like?" I couldn't wrap my head around why he was talking to me. But he was being nice. So the next time I saw him a couple months later in the Comedy Store, and again, this is almost 20 years ago, I saw him standing in the kitchen, and I was like, "Hey, man!" I went to grab his hand, and he fucking snapped on me. He goes, "What the fuck you talking about? What are you touching me for?" And I said, "I'm just shaking your hand." He goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And I said, "I'm Craig Gass, the comedian." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I got a thing about my hands." And I was like, whatever, dude. So
Yeah, wow. That's what I've heard. A lot of people have the same exact story when it comes to Dice. Like he's just very standoffish and senile, crazy.
So when I saw him standing on the street in New York, I was in between shows and I had like an hour and a half to kill. And I was like, I'm going to get my steps in. So I start walking down the road. I passed by the residential building. Dice standing by himself out in front of the building, just smoking a cigarette. And I went, Dice? And he didn't move at all. And I was like, oh, I see. So I'm walking past him. I go, Dice, it's Craig Gass. And he went, hey. And then we talked. We ended up talking for 20 minutes. We had an unbelievably pleasant conversation. It was just something where I realized, oh, I know how to like approach this guy now. But the funniest thing at the end of the conversation is he goes, "Hey, I got to go upstairs. I got, you know," and I said, "That's okay. I got to get back to the club. I'm just out getting my steps in." And he went, "Oh, Jesus, you're no one of these guys with the fucking steps." And he just walked away. He was
you are one of those guys with the fucking steps.
I'm one of those guys with steps. He was disgusted. But I loved it. I got a huge kick out of it, man. You know what the point of all this is? Your music sucks. Is me and Brian are good friends.
I almost said no. That you have to be cautious when you talk to Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah. and you got to be careful. You go golfing with Brian. No, that's not the whole point. The point is your music sucks. Is Brian and I are best friends. We love each other. The only thing we don't see eye to eye on is when it comes to music. So once a week, we send each other a song. The other person critiques it. This week, Brian sent me a Redman song, and Redman. I'm in Seattle right now. There's a neighborhood called Redmond up here in Seattle. So that's why I said Redmond. But Brian sent me a Redman song. I sent him a Steppenwolf song. Brian, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first, man.
Can I say something before you start? And I might be jinxing myself by doing this. Yes. In my opinion, I had an epiphany. This song was on the radio, and I was like, you know what? If Brian doesn't know this song, this is going to be the easiest, foolproof song I'm ever going to send him for a variety of reasons. I feel like this song is guaranteed to be a 5 out of 5 for you. And I might be jinxing myself by saying that up front, but that's what I believed when I sent this to you. And again, for a variety of reasons. The song I sent you was Magic Carpet Ride. What did you think of Magic Carpet Ride? Had you heard the song before?
I have heard this song before. I've
Okay.
heard the song before, and I hate it. I hate the song because
God damn, I was so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself when I sent it to you.
All right. So, yeah, I've heard this song a bunch of times. It's a very stereotypical pothead song, right? Like it's like whenever you think of people smoking pot, this is one of the iconic songs that comes to mind for me, and I know a lot of people, and it's in a lot of movies, so it's just kind of played out. With that being said, I have never ever sat down and just listened to Steppenwolf Magic Carpet Ride.
Okay.
I've never done that. I've heard it everywhere. I've just never sat down. And I liked it, man. Like I know the first verse, and that's cool. I didn't even know there was a second verse about this dude holding Aladdin's lamp. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking dope. Right? The second verse opens up with, so last night I hold Aladdin's lamp, which is a funny sentence in and of itself. Last night I hold Aladdin's lamp. So I wish that I could stay before the thing could answer me. Well, someone came and took the lamp away, and I'm like, oh shit! And I felt bad for the guy because here he is with this magical fucking lamp, and somebody fucking stole it from him.
Wow,
It sounds like you never knew that this part existed in this song either, Craig.
No, I did.
Yeah. Well, apparently it's some song about a thief that stole this dude's Aladdin's lamp, which, I mean, I guess if he has Aladdin's lamp, technically it's not his, it's Aladdin's. Unless the name of the lamp is Aladdin's lamp. But who the fuck names the lamp that? Didn't the lamp belong to Aladdin? That's possession. Aladdin's. Apostrophe S. Possession.
I want to point out you are really into jam bands, which is the reason why I sent this to you. There's like a jam in the middle of this.
Yeah, at 2 minutes 15 seconds, I wrote jam at 2:15. Very nice. I liked it. I liked the jam.
Well, all right.
Yeah. Before this episode started, I said, you know what? Yeah, I know this song's gonna be a 3. After listening to it, I'm gonna bump it up to a 4. All right, I'm gonna bump this up to a 4. And man, I wish I knew who stole that fucking lamp from that dude that stole that lamp from somebody else.
All right, so 4 out of 5. So you hated it when you started it because you knew the song and you already didn't like it, but you like it since you dug into it and broke it down.
All right. It could have went either way. It could have went either way. Seriously, you know, like I was right in the middle before listening to it, and if it gave me that same feeling that I had before, I knew it would have brought it down to a 2, but it didn't. And then that part about the lamp was just very fascinating.
Wow. Well, it's that's a surprise, but 4 out of 5, I will take it. You brought me you sent me a song by Redman called
1990 Now.
Yeah, and this song, I know exactly why you sent it to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is there a specific reason why you sent it to me?
I want you to tell me the reason why you think I sent it to you.
All right, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you the reason.
First of all, I don't know anything about Redman. I already called him Redman, so that's obvious. I don't know. But the song starts out with just an easy to like. It just starts out with "Clap your hands, everybody." Said, "Clap your hands, everybody," because I brought weed for everybody, and it's an easy song to jump into. But I had to hear it a couple times. The first time, I just listened to the groove of it, and there's something right away, like halfway through the song, that caught me that I've never heard in a song ever in my life, where he starts to say, and I don't even notice that he's doing this, but he goes, I want the greens. Wait, I want the green like CeeLo. He be like
Nino. Whoa, and then they go, whoa, whoa, whoa.
They go, whoa, what the fuck are you talking about? And he goes, oh man, you said that already. And he goes, I did, right? Okay, god damn it. And then he starts to get back into the fucked up the song. It is one of the funniest fucking things I've ever heard. I've never heard somebody fuck up in the middle of their own song. And then he goes into the song, and then in the middle of it, he just stops and goes, you see, you fucked my whole vibe up. And he gets really upset. he goes, man, fix your shit, man. Fix your shit. And then now I'm going back through it and I'm listening to it a second time, and I'm realizing there's a few things at the very beginning when they go, clap your hands, everybody. Said, clap your hands, everybody. You hear Redman say, man, I'm fucking hungry. I'm fucking hungry. And it made me laugh so much. I listened to this song a couple of times, and because I've never heard somebody own a fuck up like that, it's one of the most brilliant things I've ever heard. So I'm giving this an easy 5 out of 5. This is one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. Redman is hilarious. And I just realized that when I brightened up the screen on my computer, you can see my face better and see how fucked up my facial hair is. So I'm
Doctor Strange.
5 out of 5. This was
yeah.
And I didn't realize how funny Redman was. That dude is fucking hilarious. I recommend this song for everyone. Anyone look up Redman 1990 now. And it didn't come out in 1990, right? It looks like it came out like a few years ago.
No, yeah, it came out a couple years ago, and it holds. Man, that's what I like about Redman. Like, he just has this flow, and I think now that you heard this song, I think listening to other Redman stuff, you'll like it even more.
Well, Brian, where do people find you turning over your golf cart while you're traveling around the country?
You can find me at IllinoisCockburn.com.
And you can find your other podcasts over there, Wicked Funny Podcast, IllinoisCockburn.com. IllinoisCockburn.com, exactly as it sounds. Illinois Cockburn. And
that's right, baby.
Brian and I are doing shows together. We're going to be in Detroit. We're going to be in Providence. We're going to be in Green Bay. We're going to be doing a lot of shows together. I got my own shows as well. It's all at getgas.com, getgas with 2 S's.com. Like, subscribe, keep coming back. Brian will keep fucking up his golf cart, and we will see you soon. And if you see Dice, approach him slowly.
Yeah, approach him slowly. He's like the Tyrannosaurus.
And don't touch his hands.
Don't touch Dice.
Brian,
your music sucks.
Man, you like it. I thought your music was great this week. But, all right, you suck.